Okay, everybody, we're going to try and show you guys how to carve an eye. Hoping you can see that okay. Hoping it's in the video. Hoping there's enough light. I've been practicing eyes here, as you can see. I have 1, 2, 3. And usually what I do is I get a piece of cottonwood bark or a piece of basswood bark and I practice. Alright, a stick. What I'm going to do is round off some of this cottonwood bark. I really should be using my rough out knife for this, but I'm going to show you how you can do an eye, since a lot of people are asking me about eyes and I really can't get the camera to pick up what I want, so I'm going to use my phone, and sooner or later I'll figure out how to get better up close shots and make better videos for you guys as far as being able to see, because that's my goal here. So my practice video, I figured I'd just film and make a quick video on how to do an eye, because that seems to be what gives most carvers, in the beginning especially, a problem. So I'm going to show you how you can do an eye with a knife and pretty much a V-tool. Alright, if I can clear this off and save my little practice eyes, because I like them, they're cool. Alright, he looks kind of wild, huh? So I'm hoping that this is in the video camera, and I'll just redo it and get more practice if it's not, because the phone's behind me now and I got it on a tripod and I really can't see if it's in view, if it's in the camera or not. I guess I'll find out when the video's done, huh? Alright, so what I did was I rounded all this off, and we're going to do an eye with our knife and a V-tool. So I think the V-tool I got is 1/8. You can pick whichever one you want. Get a good detail knife, and we'll cover how to do one in power also. All right, so hopefully that's in view. You can see I'll raise it up and down. These are the eyes I've been practicing. All right, we're gonna make this type of eye, and we're gonna do it with just our knife for now. And the way I like to start these, let me get a little more wood off here. And I must tell you, wear gloves. I know I'm a very bad example of this. I've been carving been using this knife over 20 years. And not this exact knife, but this is just a little flex cut knife. Because I knew I was going to be roughing on this, so this isn't one of my best knives. So let's hope it's sharp enough. I did strop it, but might give me a hassle. Cottonwood bark's not the best. It's just a scrap piece that I wasn't really going to use for much, except practice. Alright, here we go. What we're going to do first, I'm not going to use a pencil to draw. I'm hoping that it's blown up enough you can see. Is I'm going to make a sweeping cut across here. Kind of try to get, if you're using a corner of basswood, round it off, because, you know, the eye is round. Because you got a big flat head. Like my buddy Dan. You watching, Dan? Big old flat-headed Dan. You guys got to meet Dan. Uncle Dan. He's a wild one. Mountain Man Dan. Better come and make some owls with me. All your owls are in my way. Come and get these damn owls out of here. I got crap to do. Don't come visit. Out there wandering around, womanizing probably. I don't know what you're doing. Get ready to go to Florida and go fishing all summer and leave me here to freeze in the winter. Damn it, Dan. You're supposed to bring me. Alright. Now, I got this rounded off pretty good, so take your knife, and we're going to make one big sweeping cut across. Okay? Stop cut. Just like that. Alright, now the idea here is to shave up from the bottom and get this corner and this corner a little deeper than everything else. So I'm going to shave up. I'm going to form an eye socket. Oh yeah, this knife could use some owning bad. And I did strop it. Alright, so we're going to make a big eye socket here. trying to keep it rather large so you guys can see. If you got to stop cut again, definitely do so. All right, because we have to dig out a spot to put our eye. And when I round up, I'm trying to make it a little deeper in each corner, like over here. All right, and there's some bad wood there too. And on this side, and then, you know, like I said, if you gotta reinforce that stop cut, definitely do it. Yeah, I would use a glove, but I can't hold the damn piece when I have a glove on, and I chance cutting myself more with the piece slipping out of my hand than I do not using it. But if you're a beginner, definitely put a glove on. That knife slips, you're gonna know it, even if you're advanced. Safety first. Don't go by me, I'm not a good example. I'm a rebel, what can I say? Okay, so see what I'm doing here? I went up from the bottom and I'm forming where I'm gonna put that eye. This right here is just gonna be kind of like a brow line, but it is gonna be the top of the eye. But that's really, if I dig it out enough, we'll end up putting eyebrows eventually. And I'll show you that at the end of this video. You'll see where it actually goes. So I'm digging that out, shaving up, and trying to keep it round with the corners a little deeper than the middle, right? And that's all. Usually I do it in a couple cuts, but over here is really hard cottonwood. So now we're going to take our V-tool. Don't get all, before I get all running with my mouth and go on and on. I'm going to take a V-tool and we're going to go from this corner to that corner and form an upper eyelid. And these tools haven't been out of my box in a while. I've been doing so much power carving. My arm had tweaked out on me for like a year and I didn't even pick up a hand tool, so they're in rough shape. Okay. See, I just went straight across there. Now I'm going to reinforce that because this piece of wood isn't the best. So I'm going to run a stop cut through here. All right. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go from the corner, which I want deeper, right here. All right. I'm going to go from that corner there across the top and make sure that eyelid is standing out pretty good and the bottom's tucked into it. Okay, see that? Okay, now I'm going to take a little more wood out because I know I'm going to have a problem if I don't. Yeah, this knife needs, should have grabbed my new knife. That's okay. I didn't want to have to shave a piece of cottonwood with my new knife, so I'm just using the knife I have out. Otherwise, I got to get up, and I'm lazy today. It's pouring out, so I'm practicing eyes. All right, so we have our upper eyelid. All right. Now you can take that V-tool and reinforce it on the top, dig it out a little more. Okay. Get some shadow. Take that V-tool again now, and we're going to go underneath and try and cut another V-tool cut into that corner going underneath that eyelid. All right, you see that? I want it to go underneath that top eyelid over in the corner here. I'm going to turn around so I could do it on this side. I can't see. I should put my visor on. Speaking of eyes, mine are getting old. All right, so you end up with something like this. All right. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to cut that corner in just a little bit for now and make sure it goes underneath the top eyelid in the corner here. Okay. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. I'll make like a little V cut here. 1, 2, and pop that chip out in the corner. And then we're going to round it underneath, just ever so slightly underneath that upper eyelid. All right? I need a little more light. Can you see that okay? I'm trying to make it big so you can see it. Now what we're going to do here, if it's not rounded underneath that, you know, and you need a little more, by all means, take the time to do that. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to make one more V-cut. Where's my V-tool, damn it? Okay, we have upper eyelid. This is all about making two eyelids. This is the problem I see people have. They do this, they make an eye, and that's pretty much it. Get in the habit of making two eyelids. You have two of them, right? An upper eyelid and a lower eyelid. Unless you're some kind of freak, right? Like Dan. He's going to kill me when he sees this video. All right? We're going to cut it one more line. We're going to go from corner to corner again, and this is going to form his lower eyelid. All right? So take your V-tool, run it across. And again, at the corners, it's got to tuck up underneath. Oh, this V-tool's bad. That's right, your wood carver, you should be able to figure it out. Talking about me, not you guys. All right, so now here, this is going to be our lower eyelid. Now the whole idea, upper eyelid, lower eyelid, in the middle has to go lower than these because you won't be able to close your eye, right? So go in the corner, make a little V-cut, 1, 2, and pop that chip out. Ever so carefully. If you got to cut again, like I do, because this knife sucks. Pop it out. And then round to the top and to the bottom of that line we just cut. This knife's going to break this up, isn't it? Okay. So you see now, this is going to be the eye that we form inside these two. Go to the other side. Take a V-cut. See that? I'm hoping this is in the camera. Take a little chip out. Now it's just a matter of rounding with your knife. That eyeball that's inside both of these eyelids. Okay? So take your time. Play with it. Best thing I could tell you is to think of this right here in the middle as half and half. The top half you round up. The bottom half you round down into that bottom lid. Okay? Kind of split your eye in half there. And round that down till you can get that eye nice and round. And that's the whole thing, is forming that part. And once you form that inside eye, you got it made. Okay, that rounded pupil. Okay. Not pupil, but the round part of the eyeball. Thank you. I'll figure out what I want to say sooner or later. Okay, see how that's starting to form? In the corners, stay deep. Should be deeper than the rest of it, and that's what's going to give you that round appearance. And not so flat. And it gives you that nice little shadow. Don't be afraid to dig it in. The big part here, like I said, is to get that upper eyelid to really show in the corners. And it should cover the bottom eyelid. See how it comes over here? It covers that bottom eyelid, right? Over here I have to tuck the bottom in a little bit more on that upper one, or it's going to look kind of funky. We don't want that. We don't want the funk. Unless you like the funk. Hope you got enough light that you can see that. Now right here at the bottom of the upper eyelid, I like to take a little chunk out. So it definitely shows there is two eyelids, the upper and the lower. So make sure that that kind of comes down and you really show the separation between the upper eyelid and the lower eyelid. Right there in the corner. Let me see, right here. I wish this knife would cut. I might have to drop this. Alright, lower eyelid going underneath, lower eyelid going underneath the upper eye, round off the middle. Okay, and this just takes practice. So now you have your upper eyelid, definite lower eyelid, alright? Now we go to our gouge. And all we've used so far is our knife and a V-tool. So I'm going, that's not my gouge. Here's my gouge, right? Little gouge, about an 1/8 inch. I don't know what the sweep is on it. But it should be rounded so you can form some kind of pupil, alright? You don't have to use the exact one. We're going kind of straight in and turning and getting it to go up underneath. Alright, push it in, turn it, pull it out. See that little pupil? And we have a pupil. Now we could leave that in and it will look like that. Or we could pop it out with the knife, cut right across the top. Just push it in and pop that chip out. Alright. And if it doesn't look like you want, you can always recut it. It doesn't look bad. I can see them okay. Good. And now it's just a matter of cleaning everything up and adding some detail. Alright. But that's we do an eye. If you really want it to look better, get those corners deeper. That's really the whole secret. So make another V cut. Carving's all about shadows. The more shadows you can get, better off it's going to look. All right, and the more you can round this in to the socket, the better off it's going to look. I think I had mentioned in one of the other videos a little tip that if you, man, I can't see. I hope that's, yeah, it looks messed up there. I need more light. I had mentioned in one of the videos, I don't know which one, that if you held this from the side and you saw your whole eye, chances are you carved it way too flat. That should be tucked under, all right, because the eye is round, all right? So if it's rounded, you should be able to see half of it, see that? And the other half should be going into the corners and up and underneath those lids. You really shouldn't be able to see the whole eye, especially if you paint it. You know, you paint it, you hold it from the side, you see the whole eye way over here. That's just not how a face is formed, all right? It's not anatomically correct. Any big words I did. Yeah. Where you at, buddy? It's pouring outside and I'm sitting there carving by myself. I'm just shaving that top off. Watch how cool it is when we add a couple lines. I'm going to just get the V-tool again. If I can find the damn thing. There it is. I'm going to come under here and just make a couple lines now. I can give them bags. I can bring those bags right up into the corners, or I can just kind of wing it. Stick them randomly all over the place. All right. So make a couple lines underneath. On the top here, that top lid, like I said, you can come right from here and just throw some V-tool marks. Like that for eyelashes. And we have an eye. Okay. Give him a little crow's feet on the side. The more lines, usually the more character. I just don't want to go nuts and screw it up. But that's pretty much how I make an eye, guys. A basic eye. I'm going to sit here and practice a couple more and round him in really cool. Really deep, I mean. And really cool. I still love carving with hand tools. I don't care how much power we use. But after so long, I do have to put my knife down. It's been a lot of years using hand tools. But I do want to show you guys, once you do so many of these with a knife, just say practice, practice, practice. Once you do so many with a knife, though, then you don't really have to have too many lessons on how to power carve one. You just use the tools that you got to do the same techniques. All right. So there we go. That's how I make an eye. I hope that helped. Hope I didn't ramble on too much and confuse anybody. If you have any questions, hit me up. Put them in the comment section below. A little bit of 220, by the way, on cottonwood bark anyway. Cleans that stuff right up, rounds it off, smooths it. Nice. And if you really want to make it look cool, I take my wood burner then and I define everything. And that's pretty much what we get, all right? So I'm going to clean the chips out and practice a couple more eyes. Hopefully this video helped you. And I will see you in the next video. Hopefully that was all in camera too, or I got to do it again. Thanks for watching. The monster stick. Give me a call, Dan. Bye now.